This is fine.
Tis fine. Okay. So you guys are all hanging out wherever you guys are. Maybe down in the basement, base, war room, whatever, armory. Maybe you're upstairs on the sand in our little huts. Maybe you're just in the sand, burrowed down next to Mock or whatever. But you guys suddenly hear a mount approach. You hear the footsteps? Sure, footsteps of a horse running towards, or not a horse, a camel running towards the camp in which where you guys are staying.
Oh,
Falcono.
hey, Spitz might be back.
And on the camel is or you eventually see as they come into view over one of the sand dunes is you see a rather overweight human gentleman in his older ages, probably around like mid to late 60s. He has like gray hair. He has like a little bandana over his mouth to stop with the sand and the heat. And he's wearing fine clothing. He does have a couple of weapons upon his belt, but he has many like rings on. He has bands of different metals around his wrists, and he comes slowing down and eventually comes to a halt near where the encampment is, and he's looking for anyone and just says, "Hey ho! I am looking for Oasis."
Don't worry, my friends. I will be your shield.
Fuck.
I came in at a good.
But they're not looking for a shield. They're looking for an oasis.
Yes, yes.
I'm guessing I didn't miss much.
Hello?
Nope.
We are Oasis. Don't mind the loud one. Much. How do you do?
Excellent. I am okay, but I'm in need of some help that I was informed of that you may be able to help with.
What kind of help did you have in mind?
I am part of a merchant caravan that travels around these sandy landscapes and commence trade with all the cities and civilizations that we come upon.
Merchants, do you know Spitz then? Looking at the camel.
Dates.
I unfortunately do not know this Spitz. Sorry about that. Is he a friend
It's a
of
long
yours?
story. It's a long story. Just please
He
continue.
is very friendly with us. He gave us a little nice discount.
How wonderful. He looks a little confused and like, okay, but he accepts your friend there. But recently, as we were coming back, or coming to Ankral, we passed by one of the ruins of Zarabas, and my wife got spooked by something, and her precious ring was stolen.
By
And
the
we
thing that
think
spooked her, or
I am not quite sure. I was in a different part of the caravan at the time.
I'm sure it didn't just fall off.
It may have just fallen off, but
So it's gonna insight check that. I want to see what he means by different part of the caravan.
Or oh,
okay. Give me an insight check.
she wouldn't have happened to have been at a tavern in Oncarel at say about noonish the other day. Tony looks down.
Don't believe she has.
Oh, okay.
With the 21, he was at a different part of the caravan. His wife was with like in one of like the wagons with some of the other wives and families of other merchants and such, while he was up the front going through some of the crates, getting
No, that's not
repaired
fun. I thought he was with another woman.
while traveling with his wife.
Why do you
Anything
sound
is
so
possible.
surprised?
This is true.
I'm true. It's not the case this time.
This time.
Maybe next time.
Is this like the Tales of Bath? I'm just
So where did she lose it?
She informed me that it was stolen near the ruins of Zarabas, and I request if you would be able to retrieve the ring from there. I do not know where the whereabouts exactly are, unfortunately.
Could you describe what the ring is? Because I don't know.
Oh,
Just
of
in
course,
case.
of course. Sorry. It is a ring with a emerald gem in the middle of it, surrounded with very small topaz gems, completely surrounding the emerald, and it's on a simple sterling silver band.
so he's cheap.
Excuse me, I got these gems. It was not cheap in any fashion.
You have to pardon some of our group members. They're very outspoken, to put it nicely.
They're loud.
That too.
I see that. All right.
Don't mind me. I hang out with my sister too much. Don't worry.
She's rubbing off on you in the worst way possible.
Best way possible.
No, it's not.
Ryhard, are you trying to see if you know the name? Or why you history?
Yo.
All right.
Do I know the name?
With an 18, you would know the name. I did the spelling of the town is in mission chat. Posted roll 20 for you guys as well. There you go. And 18 and a 20. Yep. And a 14. You guys have heard this name before. And Solos and B, if you want to see if you know, have heard of this
B
town
totally
before.
knows.
I know it like the back of my hand.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't think that would go well.
Impressive. Welp. as we wait. Oh, I see why now. Sorry, my computer was lagging. I was like, why do you so know? But now I know.
His technology
Real
just hates
Knowing is
people.
half the battle.
Everybody but Solos knows this town.
Of course, everybody but Solas knows this town. He's the only one that's like not from here, right?
Oh, that place.
I came from Caldor, so I don't.
I mean, most of us, whatever.
He also
Anyways,
knows no
this
history.
town, you guys have heard of the legend of Zarabas. It was town back 200 years ago. It had a very bustling trade, silks, gems, and this strange fruit that no one really knew what it was exactly until it got introduced at this town.
The gum gum fruit.
Apple, no. They named it grapefruit. But yeah, so this town was a very trade center of this area. And in this town also, with a nat 20, you would definitely know everything. There once lived an ancient and powerful being, a water genasi, a spellcaster named Dave.
The almighty Dave.
And this
Invented
day,
Wendy's.
and Dave has saved this town again and again, multiple times over. When there's drought and famines, Dave has saved the day. However, Dave was not the most combative of spellcasters, and he had a partner. And an elven woman, a paladin of the Changebringer to be exact, and her name was Marble. And this town was it was just bustling. It was amazing until about 100 and I said 200 years ago. In which one time a merchant caravan was coming up upon the town to go and continue their regular trade route with them, and nothing remained of the town. Only sand and ruins. And in the middle of the town stood the fountain. Representation, the very life of the town. Dried out. With only a red gem above it.
Was it a marble fountain?
Yes, it was.
So the gem. Wait, is the gem still on top of the fountain, or is it just still like past tense kind of stuff?
You don't know.
Oh.
That is the legend of Zarabas. When the trade merchants went to go and continue trading 200 years ago, that's what they saw. And people do not go and visit this town, afraid that they would also bring upon them the terrible luck, the curse of Zarabas upon them and their family. Sketchy red gems are the best. What are you talking about?
Why were they traveling through a creepy town?
My friends, what is Oasis standing around? There's glory to be won.
We were not traveling in Darabus, but rather near it. If we were to go completely away around it, it would add weeks upon our route, and it was a shortcut.
Not the wisest shortcut you've taken if you know about the history.
It's been over 200 years.
I'd rather not tempt fate, though.
200 years isn't much, says the Eladrin.
Well, 200 years is a long time for me, says the elderly human.
So you
Same.
So just to be clear, you try to take a shortcut through a town that's known to have bad luck,
No,
and something
rejected.
spook. What?
We did not take a shortcut through the town.
Oh, around
Our
it.
trade
Okay.
route is just near the town.
And you lost your ring near the town when something spooked her, but you don't know exactly what spooked her.
My wife has informed me that something has stolen her ring, and she was spooked by something when it happened.
Well, in case she just dropped it, could you draw us the direction your caravan went so we can follow the route?
But certainly. Grabs out a piece of paper and a fancy fine quill.
Too bad metal
And-
detectors aren't a thing in this world.
Draws you the route in which they have taken.
Is the ring magical at all?
It is not, no.
Darn.
How troublesome.
What does it look like?
They said it was like emerald and topaz with silver band.
Yes.
Emerald gem, topaz is
Emerald
surrounding it on a silver band, yes.
And Solus says he has poor taste, but that's not important.
I'm just saying that there's fancier things that I've seen. And this guy looks like he's pretty fancy, so it's just
Would like you to know that my wife designed this of her own accord.
Oh, okay, that's perfectly great. That's yeah, it's good.
Nice save.
So, will you help me?
Sure.
Well,
I mean, why not?
We don't have anything else to do right now.
and knowing our luck is going to sound easy at first, but then spiral out of control. But
That's true. Those are always fun.
Heh.
So we need to gather a group and a kind of fellowship to find this ring, apparently.
We could call ourselves the Gang of the Ring.
I prefer fellowship personally.
What's a gang?
No, fellowship sounds dumb.
I mean, if you want to be like fancy about it, the fellowship sounds pretty cool.
Do we look like we're fancy?
No, but I like
He looks you guys
pretending
all
to be.
up and down. No, you guys are not.
Wonders
All
why neither of the bards has busted out into
I'm
fancy.
so fancy. It's literally.
Would you like me to sing a song, my friend?
Not at the moment.
Maybe along the way.
Okay, I'll save it.
He gave them the map already, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
It's just a general map, X marks spot, X on Corel, X ruins of Zarabas, X here, a line between all of them, basically.
I can finally ask this now in character. So, how far away is it?
What?
It is a day's travel from Oasis. Or what I could estimate, at least. Give or take,
Dope.
4 or 5 hours.
Alright.
What if we take the war machine?
What is a war machine?
If you turn around and you see that giant,
Fancy,
monkey
giant,
behind you.
yeah.
It's a cart.
Interesting. Well, I'm kidding. If you take the war machine, I don't know actually how it's run. So I'll just say it's more, Will's thing. So,
Basically a horse that fits all of us.
that's what I was thinking.
That's fair.
Instead of a 24-hour, journey, I'll say it cuts it in half, a 12-hour journey.
Cool.
So are you going to stay around here, or where should we find you when we get back?
I shall be in Ankrel at the Gamblets Inn Casino Resort.
Ah, yes.
Just don't lose any rings there.
Certainly.
I don't think I can go in there with you.
What
Just
did you
close
do?
your eyes.
I'm very good at playing cards.
Just close your eyes when you're in there.
Oh yeah, you taught me.
Alright, well, I guess we should gather our things of what we need and just go ahead and head out to find what sounds easy but probably will get worse in the end for us, Brig.
To the war machine! Solus is in a happy mood now. It's Hikari's fault.
Didn't we give
I
it a
kinda wanna
name?
call
I feel like we gave
Oasis
War
was
Machine
it.
a name.
I feel
Oh,
like we
yeah, it
did
was-
too, but I don't remember.
Fuck, what was it?
The grave digger or something?
The grave
Yes.
digger, the gravekeeper, something like that. The gravekeeper.
I think it was
I amend my statement. To the grave digger!
All right, you guys.
That's
So
a
here's
working
the
title.
question. Who knows how to
Yeah.
drive it besides Fime?
Just you, I believe.
Solus could
You're
try
the
to help.
driver.
Are you gonna teach anybody?
Do you really want Solus's help?
Let's
Is it
go have the
fine or
drunkard
fine?
Oh,
drive.
I know how to drive it. I drove it back here the initial time when we first got it. But all right, let's do this.
I want to learn.
Same.
All right. I feel like there should be a check involved.
I want my gravedigger's license.
I mean, whatever was land vehicles, but
I don't think anybody has land vehicles.
Nope, it's literally just Marcus who has that.
yeah.
Marcus has that? Why
I think
in
so.
the
Soldier
world?
background.
Oh, okay. Give me.
I have land vehicles.
You have land vehicle?
I do, for some reason.
This is a thing?
In your background?
Oh, okay.
I think that's the only way you can get it. Is
Yeah.
through background.
Yeah, it is. So,
Makes sense.
is Fime driving or,
Can we have two drivers?
Do you trust the extremely toasty wizard to drive? That
I'm a
is
19-year-old.
To be fair, for a war
has
machine,
very
yes,
small,
that's the only way to
like-
drive it. He was going to battle shiny and chrome.
You're not wrong.
gonna die historic on the Fury Road.
Mad Max.
And in this case, the Fury Road is any road I'm on.
There's no roads in the desert.
He makes them.
Exactly. I make the Fury Road with my Fury and the War Machine.
Oh goodness.
Okay, who's driving? Have we decided?
This is gonna be great.
Are you ready? Here I come!
I like
Someone
that
can
you have a
drive.
playlist of what you're just waiting for
It's
the perfect
it's
time.
really a question of, do you guys trust the Toasty Wizard to drive?
By toasty, like you're currently toasty and kind of buzzed, or
He is almost certain.
Fierce
Yes.
doesn't understand hi.
Yes.
All right.
Whatever
so
the
Toasty
second part of
Wizard,
that question
so-
was, yeah.
Fierce just assumed that's the
so
natural state of
Toasty
being.
Wizard.
what could possibly go wrong?
Nothing at all. All right. So whoever's driving, if you have land vehicles, give me a land vehicle check.
Right hard, what do you got? Steal that natural 20?
I
don't even know what he's doing.
actually. He's performing something amazingly, apparently.
Jumping into the
Boys.
driver's seat. It's very strong with
He's
the
doing
phone.
carpool karaoke.
Yes.
He would have amazing
Hey,
voice.
David,
for freaking
what
karaoke.
attribute is land vehicles?
It's not defined.
Ooh.
It's one of those things where it's just you have proficiency in checks relating to it.
I think it'd be like intelligence or dexterity, depending on.
Yeah. Intelligence or
As somebody with much higher int than dex, I vote for intelligence check.
Personally, I have a much higher dexterity than intelligence, so I'm going to dex.
I just remember when, like, way back when we did, like, for vehicles, they're always, like, animal handling because horses driving carts or some shit.
Yeah, but this doesn't have horses, is the thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a car, basically.
No, it's literally a
Really?
car.
I mean, yes.
Excuse you,
But,
it's
like-
a truck with two
Oh,
Ks.
sorry.
Fine.
All right, with 812. So Solus takes charge of this little vehicle, and he revs it up, and you guys are off. He goes from 0 to like 60 in 20 seconds flat, and you have like sand skidding everywhere. Sand is in all you guys' eyes and like all over you guys somehow. You don't know how, but it is. And it is a very, very, very bumpy ride. He's hitting every pothole. Well, I guess they're not potholes. Every hole of sand, every turn he makes is very jiggity and jaggedy, and you're like, oh goodness. But you guys travel about 6 hours in this fashion. And as you realize, or not 6, go 8 hours, as you realize you guys started around midday or so, and it's getting pretty late. It's getting dark.
8 hours is a really long time to drive.
6
butts
hours
are
then. All right, 6 hours after of driving.
Are we there
It's
yet?
getting.
Are we there yet?
No!
Ask that one more
Eh.
time and see what happens.
Would you like to go and drive through the night, or would you like to take a little pit stop
I
at the
think some of us need a
local
hurl at the-
campsite?
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Hurling?
I mean, we could switch out drivers if you don't like my driving.
Preferably somebody that can see in the dark.
I can see in the dark.
I have great night
Okay,
vision,
then
but
we
I don't know
give
what I have
on
to
them.
roll for like vehicles.
I can try.
I can
Hard
see in
will
the dark.
hand her a bag of sunflower seeds to stay awake.
I
Okay.
can see fine in the dark.
Same.
Okay, is there anybody who cannot see in the dark in this party right now?
Fine.
Guilty.
5 can't.
It's like half of us.
Wait, really?
Humans.
Yeah, we have a lot more humans this time.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
So just
B,
5, I heard?
Fierce.
5 can't, yeah.
Cool.
You heard correctly.
Just making sure. Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Not seeing.
Just gonna quickly get off the. Wait, not seeing. Gonna quickly get off the.
Five's just gonna fall asleep in place where he was on the war machine.
Okay. Do I need to drive longer? You guys can sleep. I can be tired.
I don't
Or
sleep. I can drive.
Can you drive though?
I feel kind
Maybe.
of bad that you
Okay.
can't sleep. Does that bug you in any way, shape, or form, Fierce?
Hmm?
That you can't sleep?
I have never really slept, so I don't know.
Cool.
That's a
So,
point.
She says she's not allowed to sleep. Five
Yeah.
just shrugs.
Not a girl.
They've got the whole thing with their mom, which I totally get.
Hmm.
Her mom keeps talking. Their mom keeps talking in my head
In
whenever
your
they cast some weird spell on me. Whenever they cast that guidance spell on me, I can hear their mom talking. It's
Okay.
very weird.
They're not nagging you, are they?
Constantly.
She totally is.
I don't know. Prime looks around like he's afraid of somebody listening for a second and then just leans in and says, I don't want to say she could be listening.
Fair enough.
Sure. So, Fierce, you driving?
I'll try. Maybe
Super.
Mother can help me, but I'll go slower than usual until I learn.
That's
can
good.
go
That's probably
overnight.
smart, honestly.
It was pretty fun going this fast. It's pretty.
What's that?
I said it was pretty fun going this fast. I haven't driven in a while. It's pretty.
I felt a part of my soul leave my body during that ride. We are not going that fast again.
Oh, okay.
So what did you use for that?
Dexterity.
This will be great. Hold on, let me set this up then. I don't have proficiency, but so it's just like a dex check.
Alright, so is
So,
everybody
I'm
else
gonna guidance.
going to sleep except for Fierce, who is driving?
If Fierce is driving through the night, I'll give her a 14 for important and then go to sleep.
I mean, can't do shit, so might as well go to sleep.
Unless you'd especially like to roll the dice on getting less than that.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Even though I would guidance, so
Yeah, like the 14 just replaces your d20 roll.
cool.
You still get like your modifier and like the guidance die and everything.
Okay, so that would just
It's
be
just, you know, instead of rolling a d20, you just get a 14.
okay. So that'd be a 16 plus 17.
Alright. With the 17, actually, also give me a perception check, please.
That I'm better at.
Ironically. Because when you're tired, you're apparently like really bad at saying shit. And focus.
Okay.
But magic.
Sorry, 14.
I should have given you my other important roll. It was a 12.
Fierce might run over an animal or a person. We don't know.
So that means Solus is gonna like sit there for at least the first half of the time and then probably fall asleep then. Just to check you're doing okay.
Alright, so Fierce takes over the driver's seat. Everybody else starts to fall asleep in pretty uncomfortable positions. It is not the most comfortable night's rest you guys have ever had.
Going over
It's
sand
Really
dunes
saying
now.
something because you've been on sand dunes, which are not the most comfortable in the first place. This is even less comfortable than that.
Might be a bit stop-start too, especially at the first. Don't know stick shift.
But Fierce, yeah, you struggle in the beginning a little bit. You're like, how does this thing work? And you guys do like almost tip it over in the beginning until you right yourself back up and you're like, everything's fine, it's good. And you start slowly, but over the course of the next 6-hour drive that you do, you successfully learn relatively how to use this thing. And you do make it to, your destination. However, on your way, you unfortunately did not notice a few critters
Oh no!
in your path.
The fans! We did run over humans!
I
They're just
hope
like,
those
I really
horses
like
are
Matt
full.
Mercer's style. Oh god!
And yeah, you heard a few bumps as you went over a couple things. You went like a,
It's just rocks.
and you're like, what is that? And you glance back real quick and you look as you ran over a snake.
Poor Spitz.
Spitz is gone. Yeah, no. No, the first thing you ran over was a regular desert snake.
Wouldn't have
You
felt
also
that
ran-
shit. It's tiny compared to the War Machine.
It's a giant
Giant
desert
snake. Woo!
Yep. Well, at least we don't have to worry about that anymore.
I was helping.
2 hours later, you also unfortunately weren't quite paying attention at the time, and you ran over the rare species of desert fox.
No!
PETA is gonna be on your ass.
You killed a fennec!
You're asleep.
Curse you!
You're asleep! You heard nothing! You saw nothing!
But that
I may be
also
asleep, but
poses
my
a
desert
question.
fox familiar gives you a very judgy look.
And
But that
lastly,
also poses the question: what did the fox say?
It said, "Oh god."
no one knows.
It's a very smart fox.
knows. You swear you heard something, but in your misery, as you look over to his familiar, you're in your semi-grief state that you don't know what the fox said as their final sounds.
Fierce's grief state is basically their other states. Mostly deadpan.
And then lastly, as you come up
Single tear.
to the last hour of your ride there, you do run over one last thing. You're almost at your location. You're getting really excited. Well, no, you're not. It's Fierce. If you were anybody else, you would be getting really excited.
This is rather exhilarating.
Exactly. And during that yawn, you know, you accidentally close your eyes for a second.
That's all it takes.
And if that is all it takes, as you run over a
How many
camel
animals is she
now,
gonna kill?
you run into a camel. Like
What?
straight on, head-on
Spits?
collision.
What?
It falls to the ground. You are stopped in your place. There is blood.
Oh god.
I thought you said a camp.
There is a lot.
I thought it
Camel.
would- Okay. Well,
Is
Just
it
a
spit?
camel. Give me a Actually, no, you're still asleep.
Yes.
Part of me thought you were
I'm
gonna say
asking
wall.
the other character. Is it spits?
Oh, that would put so many amazing things out of this world, but no. No. I won't do that to you
Spits
guys.
his long lost brother. I'm doomed.
Yes, it's Spitz's long lost brother Dune.
Unless you want to go Disney route and kill his mom.
You mean his
And you
long
know,
lost
you know
long
it's
lost
his
brother
brother.
named Black?
You know it's his brother because he's wearing a pack. He has a pack full of corn, like little corn nuts.
You don't want to know where that's been.
And he also has grapefruit
He has
in his
grapefruit.
pack.
Are you done killing animals?
You don't know as you were sleeping that whole time.
Continuous enthusiastic consent. Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
Yeah, you continue on and make it to
Prestidigitate
where-
blood off self and blood off war machine.
and you make it to, you know, where he said the general area was.
What smells like death?
Alright, everybody, let's get out and stretch. Ignore everything. Don't
Fime
worry
looks
about
at Fime looks at the front of the war machine and then looks back at Ferris. Normally, when I wake up and there's this much blood, it's mostly mine.
Why is it
It doesn't
yours?
look like mine.
I have a rather large learning curve.
I haven't
Huh.
seen this much carnage since last time I had the commission in the basement, and you know what? I'm not going to go into detail.
But we're all still alive, right?
Face.
Can't say the same for the ones that you ran over.
Burn.
I'll get better next time.
Indeed you will, my friend. Indeed you will.
I mean, judging from the amount of blood all over everything, I'm not sure if you could get much worse.
See? Positivity. Look, I found some grapefruit. Hold up, pack.
I want to eat that.
Is it squishy? I gotta
You
know.
just made jam.
Grapefruit jam would be really difficult.
I don't know, lots of sugar, some distillation process, maybe. Maybe Fine can figure some way to make it alcoholic. I'm pretty sure he will find some way.
I'll snort it.
Why would I figure out how to make things alcoholic when I could just get other people to do it for me?
I
Anyway,
have no idea.
You guys are in, well, the middle of the desert. Surprise, surprise. You are not at the ruins. You were about just a few miles out, as their trade route kept them alongside the city, but not actually in it. You attempt to eat the grapefruit, Ferris. But as you take a bite of that skin, I don't know, Grind. There we go. It tastes disgusting.
This is
So
really
once we
bad
tried
fruit.
it,
Ferris, you need to
I'm
peel
pretty
it
sure
first.
it's like a lime or lemon.
Oh.
I am a farm boy, so I understand how fruits work.
I'm gonna peel a little bit and then try again.
It's a
Okay.
super thick lime, just so you know. It's like the size
I
of your
have a
pinky.
little dagger. I have a little knife. It's fine.
You peel it. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. No, you peel your grapefruit and you take a bite, and it is the most delicious fruit you have ever eaten in your life.
Some
Super
would
bitter.
say, would
I
some
just read
say
what
that,
the that.
would some say the grapefruit is appealing?
Yes, I would say to some people it is definitely appealing.
This is really good.
Combine it with your dates. Combine it with your dates.
It may be my new favorite ever.
I want to see.
Do you just adopt a favorite of
Fire.
whatever the camels?
I want to see Ferris's bag of holding with unlimited amount of dates in it.
Don't really need that. I can just prestidigitate rations. But this is also good. And just like hold it out to anyone who wants to try some.
Yeah, in his merchant's pack, or what was his merchant's pack, very least, there were let's see how many actually.
Also, prestidigitated the blood off of that when they grabbed it while people were sleeping.
There were 13
I was about to say, like, are you
grapefruit.
eating it while there's still camel blood on it?
No. Same with the dates. You
There are-
prestidigitate first.
There are you now have 13 grapefruits, actually now 12, and 54 corn nuts.
Perfect. I'm going to take at least one of these grapefruits because at least I can trust the fact that the rind is still intact. That means that the fruit inside is perfectly okay.
I don't know if that's how fruits work.
Not
For the most
quite.
part.
I'll
To be
take
fair,
a couple.
I'm
I'll
more
take
used
two
to apples.
No, it's not how it's all. Fuck
That
if
one
I know.
was fine at least.
I don't think that's how grapefruits work, but fuck if I know, man. I'll take 2 grapefruits. I'll start snacking on one, and I'll keep the other to maybe try and ferment later.
As much as
As
much as I love to eat roadkill fruits as the next person, do you think we should try searching for this ring that this guy wants?
10
Maybe.
10 grapefruits. 10 grapefruits says that it's completely under the sand, and we're gonna have to go through like 5 different things in order to find it.
Fime starts casting Detect Magic while he's eating the grapefruit.
Hope you didn't run the ring over.
Just so, well, fuck, who knows? But just so, like, if there's anything magical around, he can spot it.
30 feet or 60 feet?
30.
Alright, in your immediate vicinity, you do not sense any magic.
B will look at the map that he drew, like where, like the route that they took.
Here, you know what? I will draw this beautiful, amazing map, guys. And I'll show it to you. It's gonna be the best map you've ever seen. And you know what? You can see it while I draw it, you know? Let's go.
Of course.
You ready for this?
Okay.
Let's see. He used this color, yeah. Okay. So let's say Oasis is where's Oasis in
Oasis has disbanded, unfortunately. They were a really, really good band, though.
Which vocalist did you like?
Noel Gallagher, fuck yeah. I've seen him live. He was really good.
Boom.
Have you guys been reading Hikari's book?
Wait, you actually have your book out to the public?
No.
There's a book, what?
Not yet.
Yeah, she's got a pun book. Or, well, no, not purely puns. There's a lot of puns in there, though.
It's 50% puns and 50% how she beat people up and stole their shit.
Oh.
No, it's like 80% how to annoy me, specifically, about 30%. No, that's not right. How do percents work? 80% annoying me, 6% puns, and then the rest is all beating people up, basically. And also stealing stuff.
I'll give her credit where credit's due. She has creative word choice.
Isn't that what puns are?
Who knows?
That's true. That's what puns are. I just thought of this.
Puns are an ancient and arcane art that nobody actually can define.
Needless to say, her book, when it comes to torturing soulless, might be a form of his punishment.
All right. There you go. The beautiful map. You guys are the green dot-ish thing.
Okay.
That's where you are. Oasis is in the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Darabas is directly west of you. Yeah, west of you. And Ank'Rel is that away. And that red line is the trade route they use to get there.
Okie dokie. So how
just keep
long
following.
travel does it take from here to here?
1 second as I go look at some stuff.
Excuse me.
Stuff and
AKA,
things.
let me see. Yep, stuff and thing.
Things and stuff.
Okay, we made it. It's not on our document. Great. All right. I would say it takes around 3.5 days to get there from Darabas to Ank'Rel, by camelback.
Okay, well, this is going to be a little bit of a needle in a haystack kind of scenario for literally just looking around the sand for a shiny object that may or may not be in there.
Does everybody have some stuff that way?
I am somehow certain that there will be something that points the way for us.
Generally, it's the sun bouncing its rays off something very shiny like a gem.
That is a
or some horrible thing that tries to eat us for taking its gem it stole.
One
Fine,
or the
just
other.
shrugs.
That's true.
Oh, memories.
The thing that tries
So
to eat
there-
us might also be reflective.
That is true.
Huh.
So, what you guys remember the guy told you is that they were on the trade route going to Ank'Rel, and as they were passing relatively by Zorabas, the wife lost it somewhere. It got stolen. Something happened. She no longer.
Wait, was it lost or stolen?
He said stolen. The wife said stolen. Who knows?
I love it when our person that needs help doesn't give us a straight answer.
She just gave me a thumbs up and like very tight grin.
She went to go visit the other guy and she took it off, but now she can't find it.
Oh.
Let's
Wait,
just
this is a
follow
weapon
the
ring.
route for now and see if anything points in a different direction.
Too bad it isn't magical, because detect magic would probably make this a little bit easier.
It sure
I
would.
mean, if you're
Wow.
thinking light will bounce off of it, I could like cast some light cantrip and see if it'll bounce back at me.
This
I mean,
is the
it's also
desert.
daylight, right?
Yep.
There's that too.
Daylight.
Yeah.
This better be
Literally,
worth
it's
it.
about 7 a.m. nowadays.
And speaking of which, prestidigitate the robes to cool down, keep cooling down as the sun comes up.
Yeah, it's probably around the low temperature of 79 degrees, 7 a.m.
Right.
Mhm.
It's nice to
Okay.
be a little
So
cooler day here in the desert.
should we all just stand side by side, like a few feet apart, and just kind of scan the area around us as we walk and make our way, finding this damn ring?
I suppose so, but I'm not going to be quiet about it.
Mhm.
Fine will technically try to be quiet about it. He just probably won't be very good at it.
Got you!
This will never work.
I mean, would you like do you have any other ideas? I mean, they said it was stolen, but of course they didn't describe the perpetrator who stole it. Ugh.
Time to draw myself a loud being and see if anything comes at me, I guess. Not really. I don't really actually hope for that.
Yeah,
Please
you know,
don't let anything
preferably
attack
not.
me.
Mm.
Okay, dumb question. Did they say he lost it here?
It was along the route,
Sorry, what?
right?
Yeah, along the route.
So let's
Okay.
just keep
So,
following
it was
that.
somewhere. Oop, as my computer hates me. Come on. Right, yeah, somewhere around here.
Alright, if anything, we should at least walk around the spooky, cursed, bad luck town. Preferably not go in it, but just around.
After we check out the area where it was lost.
Yeah. Oh, I thought this was the area. That
No,
it
like,
was
we're
lost.
here. So
Yeah.
we need to go down here first. Or is this
Yeah, that's
actually
next to
like...
the-
Oh, this is
I
to
thought it was,
scale?
like, next to it.
No.
Wait, okay.
It is
well,
not.
don't think so.
No. Zorabas, from where you are right now, which is the green dot, is around, say 3-ish miles. And if you want to go to where the trade route is, which is where they said the ring was stolen,
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
would
this
be
big of a
going this
place?
way.
It's about how long?
It would only take you. It's not that far. It's a mile or two.
I'm going
okey-dokey.
back on the
Max.
war machine. Oh.
Spime hops back into the war machine.
think you can see it from the war machine.
What?
All right, you guys travel in the war machine. Get to place. You are there now. Congratulations.
Hooray.
Woo!
Did we
Finding
see
out of nowhere.
Did we see any,
So looking for
did we
clues.
see any camels on the way?
All right.
Clues.
Perception check from everyone.
Blue's Clues.
For senoritas and senores.
Get my helicopter guidance.
Solo sees everything.
This is fine.
Spime sees many things.
Nope.
Virus sees no things.
I got some grape juice in my eye.
All right, we'll start with our lowest contestant here.
No, you can just skip me. Oh, grapefruit juice.
As you get out of the bandwagon, I mean the death trap, I mean the gravedigger, you trip and fall and get sand in your eyes, and you spend the next 15 minutes trying to get it out. Next is okay, Tony Reinhardt. You guys are glancing around and you see, tracks and trails of, wagons and camels and footsteps and yeah, that's about it. You see some trash every now and then, but nothing that
Reinhardt,
really catches your eye.
all I see are a bunch of white squares.
No, 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 no.
Oh, no,
All
he's going
Sola
to
sees is white squares.
This looks new to me.
All right. Next would be B. You see the same thing that Tony and Reinhardt do, as well as you see a. Give me a D20 actually.
Okie dokes.
You find a book. Leather-bound book is laying there on the ground right next to the trade route.
Divine
I'm
sense.
just gonna go walk up and pick it up.
Divine sense.
Yes.
All right, you sense nothing. I mean, what's the range?
Should be 30 feet, I believe.
All right, yeah, you sense nothing.
Can I go pick up the leather-bound book?
You certainly can.
Snatch.
You now have the
Oh.
leather-bound book in your hands.
It's actually 60 feet.
Can I examine it, like open it or see the title or whatever's?
Certainly, yes. If you give me a couple seconds, please.
It's the
No
rough
problem.
draft to Hikari's current book.
Yeah, is Hikari's sequel How to Annoy B 101? No.
Step 1, call them Bumblebee.
No, you have a book that the title is Ladders of is the title, and you flip through a few pages and it's every page is filled and it's like 342 pages. And
It's called Ladders?
yes, Ladders of Love.
Oh, of love.
Of love, yep. And
Not letters of love?
nope,
Okay.
ladders. You're climbing up some ladders. And do you read?
I have a sneaking suspicion of what this is.
Yeah, I'll skim through it to get a basic idea what it's about.
Have fun.
Oh, God.
Awesome. Amazing. You read through the first few pages and it's smut. Pure, utter smut. No, I'm kidding. It's pure porn. It's even worse than smut. It's pure porn. It's just it's not the most well-written porn either. It's just, this one guy climbed a ladder, got stuck in it, and things happened, and things escalated real quick with it.
This is
How
early
the fuck
Lyricel.
did they
Early I
happen?
lie. Lyricel.
Yep.
Before she reached her stride.
I'm pretty sure Ray always had better taste than that.
Yeah.
She could have been going through like a rough time.
And you see the author is written, Lyricel, whatever the hell her last name is.
Excuse you, her writing pseudonym is Maya K. Latoris?
Clearly, somebody was trying to pretend to be her, didn't realize that she used a fake name for her pen name, and is just trying to pretend.
I'm like 80% sure that's canon, too.
Yeah.
Yep, the author, the name is written is Lyricel, insert whatever her last name is, because I'm totally drawing a blank on it.
Ithilde.
Yes, Ithilde. It is canon. It is there. However, you don't know, but we know that when Lyra makes, smut.
When she was 13 years old, this was her first smut book.
Before she learned about pseudonyms.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Yep.
This
that
is
is
her
what,
archive of my
you
own
see.
entry.
She just kind of
Oh,
stands there awkwardly and slowly closes the book and says, I almost don't want to ask why this is out here.
D, what you got there?
Clearly, the wife had it. That's my main theory here.
I apparently found a porno. A very poorly written one.
I mean, I could give it to Kari. She might like it.
This
maybe.
town truly is cursed.
Tell me about it.
All right. Fine.
Cursed with a good time.
All right. Fine. You. Give me a d20 as well, actually.
$18.
All right. With an 18, you find. Yes. You find a deck of cards.
Oh, hell.
Oh, boy. Okay.
A tail?
A what?
Deck of cards.
Oh. I don't know why.
I draw a card from the deck of cards.
Or
I don't. Actually, does it ping as magical?
No. Actually.
I'd probably still have Detect Magic up.
Yeah.
It's a deck of Manny's things.
It is magical, yes.
Okay,
It's
in
the
that case,
deck-
I draw 2 cards from the deck.
You're probably going to be disappointed. It's probably going to be the deck of King.
Probably. Yeah.
I know
I'm
it's gonna be
like
disappointing.
99% certain. I'm like 99% certain it's not the deck of many things.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll take one.
Just because of that, you draw the it is not the deck of
Card
many things.
of meteor swarms.
Ooh, excellent idea, thank you. No.
Yes.
You draw 2 cards. You draw the Jack of Hearts and the 2 of Spades.
Okay.
And you have them in your hand now. Congratulations.
Cool. Do I feel any different?
No.
Those are always the most suspicious ones.
Can I make like an Arcana check or something to try and identify this deck?
Sure. Give me an Arcana roll.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to
You're
roll
not
quickly.
really
I could give them
certain.
guidance.
You're not really certain what this deck does at all? No? You just know that it is magical?
Oh,
Do you tell people it was magical?
Yeah, probably. Hey, I found a deck of magic cards.
Which
Peek
kind
at
of
it and
magic,
try.
though?
Try.
Alright. Go ahead.
Nope.
You know even less. You aren't even certain that it's actual, like, legit magic. You think it's one of those, like, magician magic?
Maybe I'll just ask Erwin when I get back to when we get back to the base.
I might not trust that, but okay.
I mean, she's grumpy, but I don't think she's a liar.
No, I was thinking about the fact that taking you with us next to this suspicious town that's full of, bad.
What's the worst that could happen?
Please don't say that out loud, they'll hear you.
Who's they?
The gods
Okay.
themselves, maybe.
All right, and Solas. Last but not least, you see everything that everybody else has seen. I would also like you to give me a d20. And in addition to that, you see footprints that lead away from the path, from the caravan, and head towards Zorabas. /r space. As my computer freezes, what did you get? 14. Okay. You find... Ah, yes. You find a bracelet lying on the ground. It is a gold bracelet that is, it's one of those like ones that clasp around, but at the very middle, or where the two sides of the circle connect, it has a jewel. This jewel is in a circular format with a black onyx jewel surrounding the big one. And that big gem is a big diamond.
Okay, first off, I'm gonna pocket that like so hard.
These dunes
Second
are like
off,
the bottom of a roller coaster.
Yeah, does this place having like a going out of sale kind of thing going first?
maybe, I don't know. But there are footprints going towards this place, so check that out.
I'm assuming we're going.
I don't know. Are you guys going? What are you guys
Let's
doing?
follow the footprints.
All right.
Following the footprints, the footprints, the footprints.
Oh god.
If we follow the footprints, there might be something interesting in that direction.
Also, while we're following these footprints, 5, you still have detect magic up, right?
I'm recasting it whenever it goes down. So yes,
Cool. Can you cast it?
I still have it up.
Okay.
Why?
I love the DM. Is my bracelet magic?
Yes.
Are you showing it?
Right.
Because you said you pocketed it immediately.
Yeah, he's pocketing it. He's just like, while we're there, hey, look at
Can
this
I
thing I
attempt
found.
to make an? Can I try and identify this using an Arcana check?
Certainly.
Yeah.
You won't get like specifics, like, you know, it's the bracelet of I'm gonna kill you immediately. No, you would get like, you know, very
I might
basic
kill.
information.
Okay, what do I get with a 24?
Oh, okay. You. Oh, I hate schools. I should learn them more. Okay. So this bracelet has enchant. I think it would be enchantment magic. I'm bad at magical schools, so forgive me if I'm wrong. And you can tell that it is no harmful effects will come upon the wearer of the bracelet. And you can tell that it will affect the appearance of the wearer.
Hmm.
I'm assuming, is Fam gonna say this out loud to me?
Yeah, I'll share that information.
Cool. I try it on immediately after hearing that it affects the appearance.
All right. You put it on. Nothing happens.
Well, that's annoying.
You have... Actually, give me an intelligence check. No, just check. Just click your intelligence.
This is fine.
I'm not smart.
You have... Yeah, you're like, it's not working. Nothing happened.
Turn
Oh,
it off
well.
and turn it back on again.
It's still pretty and shiny.
Well, I guess you could sell it for a pretty penny.
Or I could give it to my sister. She might like it.
Don't give it to your sister.
Oh, so you want it, darling?
If you give it to your sister, she'll use it for some sort of mischief.
Clearly, that is half the point.
Fair.
All right. You guys are following the footprints. And... Yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure. You guys eventually get... the footprints lead you to... Surprise, I know. Zorabas.
You don't say.
Da-da-dun.
Never would have guessed. I know. I know. So you guys enter and you see this beautiful place. You guys enter at this very, very bottom crevice. Sure, crevice.
Crevice.
I don't know.
Crater.
They're not like hills, but it's just like, different how like different layers of sand.
Ah.
Like, some sand is higher
Why are
over
you so
here.
big?
Wow.
No. Sorry, Fime.
No
You
worries.
are gigantic, dude.
Did you grow?
There you go.
Did I shrink?
Here you go.
This is fine.
Yep, so you guys enter
No, Fime's over there.
It was a pun.
Okay. You guys see here, and I would like perception checks from everybody, please.
Mhm.
Guys. Excellent perception checks, guys. Excellent.
This is fine.
Okay, Solus has us.
Literally.
I'm
Okay.
apparently very
Yeah.
perceptive today.
So Solos and and Tony, yeah. So you guys see this ruins of a town. It seems like it was basically the sand came up and it's now just 90% buried. And you see partial remnants of like walls, you have like some pillars that are remaining, some just rocks that you don't see anywhere else in the desert nearby here. You see it literally straight ahead of you guys. You see a fountain. And beyond the fountain, you see a statue of a person with a shield, a long sword, wearing heavy armor.
So I'm assuming not the wizard.
I don't know. You would have to get a bit closer to go really find out.
It's probably the paladin.
With a
You think the
19
paladin won?
Solos, you also see to the left-hand side those beautiful bright blue boxes that you see. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
The beautiful
those are
drawings.
4. I know, isn't it wonderful? 4 sleeping bags, as well as packs, and all surrounding a little remnants of what seems to be a fire, or a bonfire at the very least. And there's remnants of people just really being in this area. not just there. You see footprints all over the place, some trash every now and then. This place has been disturbed.
Oh god, please no more dehydrated bodies. I turn to ash.
Wait, what?
Mhm.
Last mission, mummy killed thieves. Kind of literally sucked up all the water of their bodies and poof.
And before we do anything further, I'm going to take a bio break real quick.
Okay, ducks.
So D&D Beyond.
I have a smut book. Someone has a magic bracelet.
I have a magic deck of cards. I'm really hoping that it lets me just cheat at cards.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what it is.
Right.
I can win
What's with all the
even.
litter, though? The amount of litter disappoints me.
All I heard from everything you just said was disappoints.
I said all. Well, a lot of things are disappointing me. The litter, the fact that my bracelet isn't working. It's very sad.
I wonder what your bracelet does.
I'm curious as well.
I bet your deck of cards will just show everyone else the wrong card.
Yeah.
Is this your card? No.
It might look like the right one to you or the one you wanted, but nobody else sees it.
Be funny if your bracelet just turns invisible. That's all it could do.
The bracelet itself turns invisible.
That's why no one noticed that it was in the desert until now. That's a huge diamond for nobody finding that before.
Mm-hmm.
It really is just like a pile of junk that like falls out of people's pockets when they go upside down on a roller coaster.
Before the
Yes, it is.
Before this town went to shit, someone was having a garage sale of this. Apparently got buried in the sand.
Oh, the pendant is adorable.
I think I had a red one. I can't remember if I gave that to a friend or not.
I used to have a pendant that looked like that, but was a unicorn.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was like a white unicorn with a rainbow mane. It was really cute. It broke. It used to be in the shape of a heart.
I made this little baby dragon just hugging this marble.
Yeah, my friend I was tabling for at the con makes little ceramic dragons.
Oh, really? That sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have a love-hate relationship with pottery. I mean, mainly when it comes to the wheel. Oh, the wheel.
It was amusing seeing every time, like, she'd immediately notice when someone was a fellow potter, because they would do one of two hand motions and be very obvious. Like, they'd either immediately look at the foot of the mug, or they would, like, start running their hands they'd reach inside and start running their hands along, like, the inside and the outside, like, gripping it on both sides and, like, growing their hands back out to check the thickness of the walls all the way through.
Oh, that's hilarious. Just a little thing.
She'd notice that and just immediately like, "You're a potter, aren't you?" And they'd be like, "Yeah."
I think I do that too, actually. But I haven't really done pottery that much. It was a very brief dabbling when I was like 10.
I took it as like a class in college.
Most of my craftsmanship is like me saying, "Huh, that'd be cool," and then trying it out for a really long time and then
that's 90% of what I'm trying.
There you go.
Like they were even offering a glass blowing class, but that's always filled up because obvious reasons.
All right. Is everybody set to go?
Yeah.
Duh.
Amazing. All right. You are in the town of Zarabas.
Bless you.
What are you doing?
We're at the Carabas. Let's get some food.
Soros just complained about the fact that there was litter everywhere. So I'm assuming everyone else noticed the fact that he was complaining about litter, and so therefore understood the fact that there was people currently.
I think you misjudged the intelligence.
It's fair.
We have 2 intelligent people here, at least 2.
Hell yeah.
I'm average.
Might start checking out that. Probably check out the newest things here first.
You talk about the frick frack can't talk.
The
These
little
things.
camp area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check that out.
Mm-hmm. Start
All
that way.
right. Fierce,
Mm-hmm.
back up one.
Okay.
Because as you
Whoops,
step
sorry.
there, as you step there as well.
Oh,
Okay.
too late, I guess.
As you guys
Is
step
this
there,
magical?
it
Would
is
I have
not.
seen it?
No.
Damn.
Nice try though.
I miss Candle already.
So
Traps, 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 traps,
Tarps.
traps.
yeah, that sums it up quite well.
Mm-hmm.
I need both of you guys to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Of
this is
course.
gonna go swimmingly.
Nope, I gotta turn off my.
There's no water here to swim in, so.
Oh, but shut up.
Hey!
Dang it.
Well, Fierce, you're fine as you go and jump out of the way of the trap. However, B, so for both of you, you guys go and step on the place where the traps were, and the sand sort of just caves in under you. As you now see, it was a giant hole there that was covered by a little bit of sand and a very thin layer of fabric that held up the sand. And so Fierce, you felt it right away and was able to get out, not fall in. However,
Thanks,
B,
Fierce.
Was I able to push her if I knew it right away? Like, try. I'm not that strong, but.
no, unfortunately, no. Because this is happening simultaneously. You're dodging out of the way as she is now falling. B,
Yeah.
you fall 10 feet. Nothing big, which will be, I think it's just.
And re-roll another character.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you now are in a pit 10 feet below sand level? Sure, sand level. And surrounded by you are surrounded by skulls, bones, few critters as well.
I quite literally fell for the oldest trick in the book.
Alright, does anybody have a rope?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like crawl over there and look down. Are you okay?
The only thing that's hurt is my pride.
As soon as he sees that happen, he's gonna run over there, try to help.
How old are the bot? Well, you said skulls, so.
I did. They are skulls. There is no flesh on.
Fierce will hand some rope to Ryhard.
Any objects down here?
You're stronger than I am.
Give me a perception or investigation check.
Investigation.
Yeah.
I see shit.
You find a very odd thing, actually. A wooden stick.
A stick? Like
Stick.
just from a tree?
Yep.
If I peek down there, do I see
Yeah.
anything? Because I got really good dark vision. Or like, really good
Alright,
vision,
give me an
basically.
investigation check. Investigation check.
What would it be to use a rope to drag
Bum,
you out?
bum.
Just give me an athletics check. Fierce, you did not say you were guiding yourself, so I'm actually not going to give you that.
That's fair.
However, you rolled still really well. And you find 2 human skulls, a few other human bones as well. You find something glittery catches your eye.
Hmm.
At the bottom left-hand corner. You can't quite make it out at this distance to what it really is. And you also find a single piece of paper wedged between, or sort of buried between some sand, and it's just sticking out a little bit.
I'm like
B
slowly
starts
point
pulling
down.
out her rope from her bag. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, slowly point down. B, there's something shining by that skull over there, and then there's a piece of paper over there.
Which skull? You have to be specific. Oh, no, wait, I see. Okay. She's gonna head towards the shiny thing first.
Alright.
Fine, will peer in with detect magic as well.
Nothing is magical. Sorry.
Lame.
And you go to the shiny thing. It's a glittery shiny thing. And it is a single piece of copper.
Well,
It's the shiniest
quite
copper
late
I've
again.
ever seen.
It's just
It is
polished.
shiny copper.
Okay,
That's
gonna hide to the
All
piece of
money
paper
is
now.
shiny, obviously.
The candle,
B's gonna
yes.
start hiding to the piece of paper.
You go to the piece of paper. Ryhard, that will successfully get her out after this. You go to the piece of paper, and you pull it up, and it has some words on it. Would you like to read it?
Yes.
Alright. On it are the words, "You will be next." In common.
That's not ominous at all.
Like, was it like it was near a body, like holding the paper, or like
No,
like it
it's
was just
half
kind of
buried in
there?
the sand.
Okay. Well, that's a comforting thought, isn't it?
And then Ryhard lets down some rope. Do you grab onto the rope?
Yes. Thanks,
You are
Ryhard.
now out of the hole. Congratulations.
Well, that was embarrassing. Plus side, found found piece of copper. And apparently a paper saying you are next.
Oh,
just kinda
and
holds it up
sand
to the people.
now is everywhere. It is in your clothes, in your shoes. You just, if it wasn't already everywhere, it is now in everywhere on you.
I'm starting to hate the desert a little bit.
Prestidigitation.
Thank you.
I'm going to be more careful walking over here.
Can I make an
Yeah.
investigation check to spot more traps as we're walking around?
Certainly. I am glad you asked.
Unless you want to fall in more holes.
Yeah, that was
I
like,
hate when
hey!
she looks directly at me when she says these things.
Time for the win.
She like looks directly at me when she's like.
Alright, where them traps at? With that natural 20.
I'm going to assume you don't check the whole entire map.
Just
I will check everywhere I'm walking.
So are you
And
going on
point
the other
those
side
traps.
of the map right now? While you do this?
No, but I'm definitely going to be walking around the lake while everybody else is checking out the campsite. I'm definitely going to walk around the entire left-hand side of the map.
Alright. Good to know.
Are the red lines traps?
Yes.
Alright, getting out of the hole.
Chris is gonna guidance himself and look
You
around
guys
at this
barely
campsite.
missed that one. Give me investigation check, please. And there's one there. Do you go into the middle area?
Only if they don't see anything obviously trappy
Fine.
there as
No,
they're
yeah,
trying to look around.
not you, Fierce.
Oh, sorry.
Just fine.
Sorry.
I'll probably go through like. I'll probably walk through to like here, not farther than the line I just drew.
All right, then you do know. Actually, yeah, you notice that one when you go in that way. However, sorry, Fierce. Before you go and investigate the little bags there, you notice your friend, Fime here is looking around, probably checking for more traps. And Fime, as
Yeah.
you reach this area here, you put your feet, you step into it, both feet. You attempt to go move a little bit, and you sink.
Oh shit.
You move a little bit
Help!
more, and you sink deeper. And
I
suddenly
stop
it
moving.
starts. Yeah, you are slowly
Do
sinking
not struggle.
right now.
I slowly maneuver onto my back to better distribute my weight
Something wrong.
All right.
and
All right, I would
reduce the
like.
rate of sinking.
We all see him
Okay.
sinking, right? Or do we at
Oh
least
yeah,
see
he
him?
is.
I also just call out, "Help!"
Oh dear.
You guys see your friend there on his go manipulate himself to be on his back as he's slowly getting like smaller and smaller, and he's just getting fit, like he's sinking.
Oh, for the
Ah.
god's sake.
Oh.
Okay. One of us should tie a rope around ourselves, and while the others hold, so one of us can go fishing for him, and the others like pull us out.
Hold on.
I do not offer.
I can
Don't
try
everybody fire on the
something.
wives.
Fine. Do you mind if something hurts a little bit?
No.
Okay. And then they take out their book of shadows, open it up, mutter something, and cast a thorn whip at him.
I have a rope.
I mean, I
All
was just gonna
right.
use the rope, but we could do
Interesting choices.
I mean, Fime is feeling zero pain right now.
That's fair.
Um,
I was just gonna use my mage hand to hand him a rope, and then we the mage hand drags the other the rope, and we all pull him out.
I don't have the
on the other
thing
hand,
for it, but
Fime has 6 strength.
shit.
I doubt he can hold.
It's gonna be
Yeah, I
great.
was
All
just
right,
gonna
can
have
you
him to
go and
wrap
give
the
me the
rope
thorn
around
whip?
him and pull him
Yeah,
up.
I just used
spell?
Eldritch Blast as the thing because I don't have the thorn whip thing. It's like basically a melee
I
spell
mean,
attack.
that hits Fime.
Oh,
That hits
Alright.
Fime.
then I can pull the creature 10
His
feet closer to
AC
me.
Gonna be a little prickly.
And now you've introduced
Very
him to
good.
Thanks.
DSM.
Give him the thumbs up and put away the book.
Fime will
And
give the thumbs up
assume you're
back.
gonna take that 2 points of damage as well.
It would just be piercing
As-
damage.
Would I really not have noticed the quicksand with my investigation check?
Well, it's not a trap technically.
Yeah, you were looking
It's
for traps.
kind of a trap.
Not. It is a natural part of the land.
Okay.
All in favor of not going over there anytime soon, say aye.
I
I will go to B and Fime and give him each 2 points of healing.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank
thanks for
you.
the hard.
Your scratches are now healed up.
Because something tells me we're gonna need all the HP.
Quite possibly. So what is
Don't
this HP you
worry.
speak of?
Okay, thanks to note. People were here before. Apparently, people have fallen into these traps and died quite a while ago, according to their bones. And just over here is a sand pit of death.
Cool. What's inside this little camp here?
Fierce, with your investigation check, as you go, I'm assuming looking over it now
Yeah, I'm back to
after having fun. With the
it. Fun.
50. Fun. Come on now. 15. Yeah, you notice that these are recent tracks near the campsite that you're at. The sleeping bags are like cold, so like it's not like really recent, but like there's leftover like food and stuff that hasn't gone moldy yet. There is just like their packs are full of just your basic traveling gear. You got some, blankets, you got lanterns, you got a change of clothes. A couple of them have a few like daggers and other like small weapons in them.
Pierce picks up a
couple of them
sleeping
have
bag,
a
like,
few
what's this?
scrolls.
It has
A
to
few of
relate
them
to
have a
sleep.
few scrolls
Oh.
in their packs. And there is 2 of the sleeping bags have been ripped, and there are blood in those 2 ripped ones.
There are blood.
Our blood. There will be our blood. Oh. Well, that doesn't look nice.
Do our quests ever look nice when we go through deeper into it?
Also, why do people want to sleep
That's
in a
fair.
cocoon?
It's to be a little bit warmer, usually. And also just
Desert nights,
comfier and
seriously.
cozier.
Oh. Well, Lee's gonna point out the ripped ones and point out everything that they saw.
Can we tell if it's ripped by animals or like weapons?
Give me a nature check.
Yeah, is that like a
Nature.
claw thing? I do have nature. No, I don't. That's one thing I don't have. Damn it. Never mind.
One
Ew.
second, as my computer hates me. Sorry. All right. With a 19 and a 13 respectively, yes, these are definitely animal, left by some sort of animal. They seem to be left by teeth rather than any claws. B, you don't know what sort of animal it would be. However, Solos, you somehow know that this looks like to be a bite of the local desert worm. You read it in a book somewhere about this terrible thing called the desert worm. Yeah.
Alrighty then. I suppose I will tell everybody. This appears to look like it's from a desert worm. Seems to be a little
Oh, good.
interesting.
Oh.
Can you tell the size of the desert worm?
Yeah, you know what? Yes. With a 19, it's pretty high. I will say that they know that desert worms are usually large creatures.
What type of features
So-
does a desert worm have?
They bite people. They poison people.
They eat
and
people?
they eat people.
Yeah.
Poison is good to know.
I would assume that it's good to know. I should
there's
put
not
more use into reading some deserty books. I really need to get more back into that.
I think
Well,
this
we
could
do
be
have
bad luck.
access
for
to a
this
library
character.
now.
And as you guys are all having fun talking over there, give me a perception check, please.
You feel a rumble under your feet.
Guidance.
You feel rumble and Sophie as I need everybody give me a dexterity save, please, or get eaten.
Oh, I nailed the dex save.
I was kidding about that, by the way.
Oh, whoops.
But, in our imagination, world, yes,
You
you
nailed it.
successfully nailed it completely. And yeah, fine. You don't notice this person. Solus, you don't notice this person. Reinhard, you do. B, you like have them in your peripheral shoot.
Vision.
Thank you. And Tony and Ferris, you both do. Fierce, I am not going to be counting your guidance unless you tell me you are using it.
I said I was using it.
You did? Alright,
Mhm.
sorry. Then you are good. And then you see, or the people I said who sees, person often not so distant distance. Just walking casually. Sort of striding, actually. Striding in here. She has the appearance. What would work
Wonder
for you guys?
Woman.
Wonder Woman. Here it is. Come here. No. Here. Thank you. Boom.
Ah. Oh.
I know. She's amazing. Boom. This is
Nice.
exactly what she looks like. She looks like a desert pirate. She has a rapier at her side, wearing baggier clothing, wraps upon her legs, a few jewelry here and there, a bandana over her head, large earrings, black long wavy hair, a grin upon her face as she strides forward with confidence.
I wonder if she knows Sinbad.
Which she? Who she? Where is she?
Point.
Honestly, might be Sinbad's love child.
How old is Sinbad anyway?
We never asked.
I never asked.
This is why we ask. It's important.
Does everyone ask their age to people they just meet?
I mean, my sister does. I thought that was like a normal thing.
She does.
I think she asked for legal reasons.
Never asked Fierce. The first thing was, "Are you a virgin?" That was the number one question, and that is canon.
It is. It happened. You're right.
That's probably because she wasn't actually interested in you at the moment.
That's fair.
All right. So she is striding forward with confidence and spots you guys at the little campsite.
Is she gonna say darling?
Hello, darlings. How are you today? No.
Well,
She does
If
not
she-
say darling to you.
if she
At least
can't,
not
you
to
hope
this
she doesn't.
first time.
If she can't, you hope she doesn't look forward to seeing her friends anytime soon.
Who are you?
Ah, my name is Andrea Garcia the Fourth.
Bless you.
And who are you people?
We are the new members of Oasis, and also an old member.
Oasis, you say.
Mhm.
What?
It's awesome
What
that
the
we can
hell
talk
is an
that far
oasis?
away from each
Is
other.
an oasis like a place you go and drink in the desert?
Symbolically,
Yes.
just
Not
the
wrong.
name of our team.
Your
Yeah.
team.
We're here to find some a ring. Have you seen any rings around?
Oh yeah. By the way, Reinhard and no, just Reinhard. You notice a familiar ring upon her right hand, right ring finger.
Mm-hmm.
It looks suspiciously like the one you guys are looking for. Ring you say? Nope. No idea what you're talking about.
Do I believe her?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Guidance.
Oof. I realized I already had her named. That's awkward. Well, now her name's different. Okay.
Can never have just one name.
Yeah, no. I forgot I named her. So you know what? No, you guys do not believe her in any way, shape, or
Is anyone honest these days
The
anymore?
questions only get harder from what's your name. Jeez.
except for Tony. Tony believes her.
I think
Completely
she's
and
telling
utterly.
the truth.
I think Reinhard
Listen,
saw it.
Reinhard just
You can always trust gypsies.
Hey, that's a
I don't
slur.
believe she's a gypsy.
listen, lady.
'Cause she has a goat right there next to her. Her real name is Isabella.
I thought it was Esmeralda.
Sure. It's, Isabella is Esmeralda backwards.
No.
We're just gonna run with it.
Okay.
I need that ring you got there.
Please?
What ring are you talking about? Puts her hands behind her back.
Probably the one that you're hiding behind your back.
Clem just rolls his eyes.
Look, lady, we were
I
sent
have
here
many
to find
rings.
that
I wouldn't know exactly which one you were talking about.
lady. We've been out here for a little
That's
longer
really
than I
rude of
expected.
you. I'm not just a lady, you know.
Ma'am.
You
Madam,
can
madam,
tell you're
madam,
not a
madam.
lady.
We've been sent here to find the ring that's on your hand. Can you please just... You want to trade something maybe? Oh, we don't have anything, do we?
I mean,
I'll play cards with you for it.
But what is in it for me? Sure, I get a game of cards, but nothing else. There are no stakes here.
My money.
No, certainly.
Or your life.
I thought that was obvious.
I mean, sure. Game of cards sounds amazing. Wonderful. Brilliant.
good luck, buddy.
I pull out my deck of cards. My non-magical deck of cards.
Good choices.
And start shuffling.
Small talk wise, what are you doing out here, Miss so and so the...
What was that, B?
What me was asking what she's doing out here to begin with.
Oh, this and that, you know. What game of cards would you like to play?
5-card stud.
Sounds good to me.
Clearly speed.
Is there a certain way to play that in Roll20 or something, David?
No, I have no idea how we would actually play this out.
Wonderful.
Shit. Hey, where was that? Where
We'll
was
do
that one that we
performance
saw?
checks.
I
and
honestly
that
thought
sounds
she would
amazing.
say no. I honestly thought she would say no.
Well, you thought wrong.
I sure did.
All right.
So-
I
I would like to hex her for charisma then.
You're thinking my language now, Garrus. Alright, I have deception proficiency, insight proficiency, keen mind for photographic memory, and 2 good portents to spend on myself. I am set to
Alright.
win this card.
And
And I'm using my own deck, so she can't cheat.
So hex. What are the components to hex? Is it verbal, material? Thematic?
Let's see. All 3. They got their orb. Is poking
Good
the.
to know.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Now, I believe your friend just did something. She
Oh,
speaks like that
you have to
normally.
apologize for her behavior. You see, she's not allowed to sleep according to her mother, so she kind of goes through these little rants of like, I don't know. She kind of talks to herself. It's how she copes.
I'm not a girl.
Give me a
Sorry.
deception check, B.
Damn.
So close.
I have a feeling, just a feeling, that you're utterly giving me complete bullshit.
Do you see the bags under
Sounds
her
like the
eyes?
same thing you said about the ring, though.
I'm just really tired. I'll deceive if you want. I'll try it.
All right, yeah, give me.
Guidance, mother.
She is very tired. All the time.
Nope.
Oh!
That's still more
Way
than
too
her,
close.
though.
Yeah, that was way too close.
That's still 25.
Look at the bags under the poor person's eyes.
So I
You
usually,
really
how I
think-
do nat 20s is that's automatic success for anything.
Even for...
Yes. However, I like where this is going, so I will allow you to have the success instead. But in the future, for just me in general, how I DM,
Okay.
auto crits and auto fails, no matter what the number is,
Okay.
Fair enough.
they win or
Fair.
lose.
Gotta be in that green zone.
First, just step back and like step into one of the sleeping bags again and just zip himself up.
I saw one.
Like,
Fire just motions to her as an example of that. See, they're always like this.
Yeah, they're pretty much constantly tired.
B starts petting Fierce's head, say, there, you poor.
They're just constantly prestidigitating the sleeping bag cold because it's way too hot out here.
all right. I have no idea how to do a card game in here. So this is like poker, yes? Is that the game?
Yeah, it's literally poker. I've
Alright.
challenged her to a poker game.
Cool. Roll me
Why don't you just play 21?
5d10, I guess. Or 13. How many cards? Yeah, 5d or 5 yeah. 5d13.
Are we
That would
actually
be-
going to force David to play poker at 1 in the morning?
Yeah.
I guess not. Give me a performance check then.
Performance?
We
Yeah.
said this
Deception?
was... Yeah.
Performance. Unless
could
you're
just
gonna
roll
cheat.
D20 to
Then
see
it's
who has the
deception,
highest.
yes.
I'm not gonna cheat, but
I gave her at least
I guess-
disadvantage on performance, so...
Yeah, I guess performance kind of makes sense to like see how well you do have a hand
I
at.
don't know. I don't
guess.
think deception works. You know what? Fuck it. Roll 20. Just roll a d20. You have an
Okay.
advantage.
Does the hex
because-
spell work on her though?
Well, yes, I know that, Reinhard, but that doesn't just have regular, like a poker.
I'm just gonna actually fuck the d20s. I'm just gonna use my 18 for portent, and we can use whatever the fuck modifiers go with that.
It does not matter. You win. Congratulations. You used your portent, but you guys spend the next I don't know how long the poker game lasts. 30 minutes playing this hand. And you win. She takes off the ring from her finger and sets it in your hand, I assume? You have your hand out or something?
I would, yes.
Amazing. You have the ring you guys are looking for. And be like, good game, good game.
Likewise.
I would be a little wary. This place is not the safest for people.
I noticed.
I
I
mean,
was
we're
still
the
with
only
Mary,
You
yes.
should have
guys
just
that
done the racing lizards game.
Those your traps all around here, or somebody else's?
Some of them. Some of them were here before.
Gotcha.
Did this used to be your camp?
I don't know if used to be is the correct word, as I'm still using it, but that is my camp, yes.
Then
So
I
your
suppose
friends
you
were-
would know what happened to the 2 bags that got eaten.
Well, yes. They got eaten.
By
Was
what?
somebody in them?
Yep. Someone was in them, and then they got eaten.
And you're still
Gotcha.
here because
Got nothing else better to do. This game is full of amazing stuff. Come on.
Hmm. Like nice rings
And
is this your book?
Exactly.
that I can only assume fall off the back of wagons, and Fime just gives her a wink.
It just fell, oh yeah. I have no idea how it came here, but this place is full of amazing stuff.
Is she deceiving? Because she has disadvantage on that shit.
Yeah, I would like to insight her.
Insight with guidance.
Alright, give me an insight check.
Boom.
I trust her.
You might not. She does have disadvantage on deception checks.
And it would just be a wisdom check, right? If she's just telling the truth. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. Sure, we'll do that. Well, she's telling the
yeah.
truth.
Alright, cool.
Things just appear here.
Hmm.
That is a little curious. Why would everything just appear in this deserted place?
Well,
Even
it doesn't
fresh
just like
food?
appear. Like it doesn't just go poof, I'm here. But things just fall and the wind carries stuff here.
Is this your book?
Hmm.
She pulls out Ladders of Love.
Ah, no. But that is an excellent series, yes.
No, it isn't.
That's true. Maya K. Lidoris doesn't hit her stride until later in her career.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. This man knows what he is talking about.
Mm.
To be fair, I don't know anything about those kinds of books.
I wonder if there's any in the library.
I wouldn't
Why?
put it past us.
Well,
Their mom was lonely.
Don't make me think about that.
well then, I must be going.
So soon?
You did get the ring.
Can I cast Detect Magic real quick and see if she's magical?
In what way?
Wouldn't it-
Like
Well, I guess it depends on the-
spellcaster? Or
Like, just see if there's anything magical on her. Or
You
if
find
she's, like, disguised at all.
a heart illusion
Or something.
Heart
Look,
light
we're just
hologram.
trying to see whether or not it's Kami, alright?
Oh, no, we killed Kami. I'm not worried about that.
This is fine.
Sorry, he has a brother called Bommy.
Oh,
Bond
well.
me. Delicious.
I'm a full spellcaster now, so I have the tools to turn him into a pile of dust.
Yeah,
Eventually.
she has some magical items upon her. I don't know if a detect magic would really, tell you if someone was a spellcaster or not. as
I'm
it
not
is.
looking to see if she's a spellcaster. I'm looking to see if she's like disguised or anything using magic,
You should probably
Right.
check
or
with
if she
the
is potentially something, or if she is potentially something other than what she seems.
There is no magic being used upon her appearance right now.
Okay,
But she
but
has
magic
magic
items
items,
on
which
her.
means she has to die.
Could B check the ring to see if that is in fact the ring and not just some like forged faked one that she's like pawning off?
Excellent. Yes, you can.
Is that investigation?
I'll give you guidance.
Yes.
Have a little helicopter parent Navi
I'll check it too
with a
while
lich in
I'm
your head.
holding it.
7 plus.
Cool. B, you're like, it's amazing. It's totally it. Fine.
You have a lich nagging in your head the entire time. No, look at this. You know, it's not like that.
Oh my god, you're
It
not wrong.
is the ring you are looking for. Or at
Okay.
least a ring identical to the one you're looking for.
B just leans into the group and is like, "Isn't this scarily easy?"
I mean, sometimes it can be easy, right?
No, it never is.
Never.
But to be fair, you weren't with us that one time.
That one time.
There was this one time where there was like these random drow.
To talk for now. And she takes off back in the direction she came from.
I very
Bye!
carefully. I take very careful note of the direction in which she's going, just in case.
Alright. Alright. Oh, and before she leaves, she says, you might want to go look at the statue. Pretty interesting.
Wink wonk.
Yes!
Insight
I
check,
would
is
like to
that a
go-
threat?
Insight, yeah.
Go ahead.
Guidance.
I totally believe her.
Yeah, this is
It
fine.
is not a threat, B. It is not a threat. It's not a threat, Fierce. Fine. It's still not a threat. Still not a threat. Still really is not a threat, guys.
Come on! Let's go!
I keep detect magic up and walk within 30 feet of the.
You
Just
were already
to
30 feet of the
see.
statue at one point, right?
Oh yeah, this
I'm
is definitely not
pretty
gonna
sure I
come
will.
alive.
Yeah, when you were wandering around investigating.
Yeah. Well, you would
Yeah.
have noticed that this, the fountain and the statue are both magical.
Hey guys, the fountain and the statue are both magical. What school of magic?
Magic?
You know people have detect
Um,
magic.
I know. I just don't know schools really well. I'm sorry.
Just make a cheat sheet.
Yeah,
I
right.
need to. I think it would be necrotic for the statue
Great start.
and
This is fine.
enchantment or evocation for the fountain.
Okay.
I think it's enchantment.
I'm
What's with the
gonna divine sense.
Cool.
60 feet.
Mm-hmm. Nothing pops up on your radar. Actually, what does your radar detect?
Stuff.
Yes, but which stuff?
Evil.
Fiends, face, celestials, undead.
Oh, great, your son's undead.
Oh, great.
Oh, and hallowed or unhallowed ground.
Undead on the statue.
Derby zombies.
There's undead
Oh,
on the statue. Yep.
that's fine.
You presence, not the identity.
I'm not surprised, in all
This whole
honesty.
place has been utterly desecrated.
That makes sense. It is a cursed place.
True.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's not good.
Should I poke the statue?
Do
just-
not poke
Yes.
the stats.
Could I ask Mother if she knows anything about the like magical fountain with that kind of magic on it in the desert anywhere, and what it might do?
Yes. You
Like our
can
Hey,
certainly-
Kana with guidance.
can I fit through here?
Sure. Why not?
Nope.
Cool. So he's gonna go around
hmm
and he's gonna yell it out to everybody to tell them about what he found.
The hole in the wall?
No, that everything is desecrated and he's sensing undead.
Fierce, yes, you don't know.
Nope.
Well, it's 10.
Actually, he says this
I'll
whole
give
place
you-
has been defecated.
Does
With the
the
10, you hear back from your mother that, there has once been a long, it's been quite a while since she's heard, something like that around, it used to be more popular back in the day to have, fountains with certain magical effects tied to the building material of said fountain. But that's all she remembers and gives you.
Hmm. And this is a
So
marble fountain.
necrotic- Yeah, so necrotic is on the statue. What kind of magic's on the fountain?
It was like evocation or
Enchantment.
Something
enchantment.
with an iron.
Enchantment.
Oh,
Is the gem actually there on the fountain still?
Nope.
and the idea was that it was tied to, like, the enchantment was tied to the type of fountain, like what it's made out of.
Marble?
Yeah.
Runic scribings are usually written on the fountain. Gives it some sort of enchantment.
Oh, can I look around for like runes on it, or like try to peek at runes?
Certainly.
I'm not gonna get into the quicksand though.
Maybe you
Aw.
can jump it. It's only 10 feet. To get a running start.
I mean, I could technically face step over there, but we'd rather not touch it just yet. We'll try to like move around the edges here. And like try to like look.
Okay.
Careful where you squeeze through.
Yeah, right.
Investigation check. And while she is doing that, anybody
Guidance.
else doing anything?
I guess just
So
kind of
that's what.
eyeing
What?
between the giant paladin and the fountain.
Okay.
Soros wants to look at the paladin a little bit more closely. Not touching it yet.
Investigation, please.
Oh yeah, let's just ignore what the old man said.
Well, yeah, you said it was necrotic getting around it, and it was desecrated.
I'm resistant to necrotic damage. It's fine.
Yeah, that sword will just.
He also said there was an undead presence coming from the statue.
Oh, I missed that. My
yeah.
bad.
So I'm gonna touch
Um,
it.
That's why he's gonna look at it a bit more closely, but not super close.
Okay. Okay. You do that, and fine. Are you doing anything while everybody is having fun here?
Yeah, I wanted to put grease underneath the statue.
All right. That happens.
Sweet.
So I spend a spell slot
Mhm.
and
And Fierce, you do successfully see runic scribings on the fountain.
Mhm.
You did get high enough. Give me an Arcanic check as well, please. Sorry.
Okay. Alright, Mother, what is that? Guidance.
Let's try again with this Arcana.
Fuck.
It wasn't as good as last time.
Wow.
You're squinting through
don't
the sandy air.
It's true.
really know what.
They're also hopping around the bed in the sleeping bag. Just no, not really, but that'd be hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, Fear, you don't know what exactly the runes are really saying.
I'll try to at least like
Um,
open up their tome, pull out a writing implement, and start like copying them.
Yep.
I think we're about
do
to
that.
fight the statue, so.
Mm-hmm.
Solos,
Yes.
you go and look but not touch the said statue. You find a plaque, like, the statue's on a little platform, and on the platform is a placard. Which states... Sorry, I need to get to my notes. Thank you. Yes. And it just says, marble. And then below it is the years, 845 dash. It's left blank. And below that, it says, a wonderful woman, family, helpful to the end. We will ever remember.
I wonder if Mother knew her. But
That's very
probably not.
sweet, though.
So
I
is
do
this
read this out
statue
loud. Just so you
wearing
know.
actual armor, or is it just made out of stone?
With his investigation check, I will say it's just pure stone, not actual armor.
Damn.
Question: is this life-sized?
Yep.
Great.
I would like you. Everybody, roll me dexterity save. No. Nope.
Oh,
You
snap.
guys.
Oh, snap.
You read the inscription really well. You also, it is a stone statue, also made of marble. And
Stop wasting it.
Yes.
no, keep wasting it. What are you talking about? This is great. And yeah, it's an old statue. Seems to, what'd you get? 14? You can't tell exactly how old the statue is, but it is definitely older than anything you've seen before.
To be fair, Solus hasn't seen a lot.
Exactly.
Gonna walk back and
Yeah.
see if they can show the runes to Fime, since he might have a better sense.
Arcana check, if you would, please.
Guidance him. Poke.
Guidance Arcana check.
Oh,
if you
right,
would,
boop.
please.
It's a boop. They
A
can't
boop?
forget the boop. Hey!
What does a 29 get me on these runes?
Actually, you don't know anything. I'm sorry. No. Shit. I wasn't expecting you to actually get that.
Teamwork makes the dream work. High five.
Yay.
Arwen wasn't supposed to.
Time for Kayla to figure out what runes she's
yeah.
got.
All right. You can tell that there are multiple enchantments woven into these runes inside of the statue, or not the statue. Sorry, the fountain here. One of the enchantments, it just really says cool water. Another one is like a an enchantment that would go and make sure that the stone is always pristine looking. However, parts of that runic sequence is missing, and the fountain is not pristine. And there is one last runic sequence. However, you do not know what this would tell. What it would do. What it would do.
Alright, so one to keep the water flowing, one to keep it clean that's been broken, and one mystery one.
What would you bet if I like tried to mend it?
I mean, you can certainly try if you want.
Has it been like, is it actually like just missing or broken? Because we can.
No, you
mend
know how
broken.
buildings are like crumbled away with like runes? That part of the fountain is just nothing.
We would need the piece, and it's probably in the quicksand.
Not really eager to go after it. Unless
No.
there's an alternate route.
Fair.
But they're gonna write like what Fime knew and just like send that to their mother just so they know.
Okay.
Just to have.
Quick question. Is this actually anything? There's just like this little box there.
Yep. It is something.
Is it a perception check or?
Nah. You guys can tell on the other side of where you guys at, in the middle of the quicksand. There's a whole bunch of rocks that are still somehow kept up and is not sinking. And on top of one of the rocks, you see a placard.
What?
I go over to the placard. I go over.
What's a placard?
Placard.
The thing that writes things.
You know, in the like when you see a statue and there's like a little thing below it that has a bunch of information about said statue.
Oh, okay.
That thing.
Don't suppose Mage Hand could pick that up?
Yeah, good. Do you want to try?
Yes, please.
All right. How many pounds can Mage Hand hold?
That is a great question.
15.
5 or 10?
Yeah, 15, right?
I think
15.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Oh, okay.
You grab the placard. You now have placard in your Mage Hand.
Alright, gonna make the Mage Hand just hover on over here and she's gonna read what it says.
10.
Alright. Then you see on this one it says Dave 841 dash. The death date is blank once again. And this one says a magnificent mage forever remembered. Thanks be to him for saving us all.
Huh.
Oh, so sweet.
Did it fall off the fountain?
What date, though?
Well, the death date's scratched out.
It's not scratched out. It's like not written at all.
Oh.
For both of the statue and this placard. It's not like it's scratched out. It's just missing.
So, since we're dead, unnamed death dates, and just a general aura of not rightness seems like an interesting combination.
Not so loud, please, Ryhard. It hurts my ears. Also, what?
No, he's telling her to add a date.
Like any date?
No.
Random dates.
The dates that she has in her bag.
Blink.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
For a date to go.
I mean, I think Ryhard's been trying to hit the statue for a while.
Oh, sorry, I did not notice. Do you want to hit the statue?
Sure, why not?
I mean, you sacred
is that
weaponed and
where
everything.
the emanating undead is coming from?
I mean, there is an undead presence coming from the statue. It has not moved or done anything. But it's
So,
still there,
what
yes.
what do we need to roll a deck save for?
We didn't. That was a joke.
Yeah, that was a joke.
You guys do have your mission objective.
We do.
We do.
Well, yeah,
I'm
but
fine to leave.
our interest is peaked.
You
So-
can always come back, you know. Ruins don't
Reinhardt
go
did
anywhere.
it.
Wink,
Oh.
wonk.
3 in a row. Holy shit.
Jesus.
All right.
Crit turkey,
Oh.
crit turkey. It begins.
Okay. You hit the statue with enough force that it completely crumbles.
God.
Huh?
Coming out from it, you see a ghost in the same shape of the statue. You also did hit it. It lets out an agonizing screech and holds itself where, like, you hit it in a physical body, and it just moves back. And it's just like, why did you do that?
I'm assuming that you're the lovely, lovely Marble. Yes, yes.
I may be, but why did you do that?
Why is
Technically,
this place
It
desecrated?
was him.
I don't know.
I mean,
Something
are you
happened.
Marble?
I am.
Can you
when
tell us
she
why
asked the
your
question about it being
desecrated?
desecrated, I'm gonna say, yeah, it is. That's all it reeks of.
I do not know why it is desecrated.
Insight check.
All right.
Yeah.
Whoops, that
The
should be only a
boy.
21.
She is telling the truth. She does not know why it is desecrated.
Marble, probably a harsh question. Sorry if it is. How long have you been dead exactly?
I'm dead?
Have you seen yourself?
Looks
You are
down.
currently a ghost.
Holy shit. Well, that's new.
Sorry for the existential crisis.
She is completely panicking, but completely trying not to show it.
Oh god, sorry. God.
What year is it?
That's a great question. What year is it, D?
It says year.
Insert year here. I think we made it
1876, the year of our Lord.
876.
There's so many lords.
It is
Scanlan
876.
Shortholt.
876.
Is it now?
So, does this mean you don't know what happened to Dave?
Dave? Where is he? Is he okay?
We found another statue with his placard on it. It was already broken though, so we don't really know.
Oh,
What's the last thing you remember?
nothing.
Nothing.
Souls is really gonna try to half pat her on the back. I don't know if it'll work, but also kind of like be comforted.
You go to pat her on the back, and you just go whoosh right through her.
Cool. I'm sorry, this must be like a gigantic shock. But do you really know nothing? Even while you were technically in stone.
I mean, you remember your name, and you remember Dave, so obviously I remember
That's
some things.
all I really remember. Just, I need to get to Dave.
Guidance.
Okay, what
Nope.
was the last place you saw him?
She's telling the truth. I don't know.
Alright. Do you know what the fountain does? Pointing at it.
Legend says there was a gem on it, but it's not there anymore.
A gem?
Yeah, a red one.
No, I don't know.
What do you know?
I need to get to Dave.
Do you know where Dave is?
She said no earlier.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
Might I walk her over to the statue where Dave's statue was supposed to be?
Like around the edges.
I mean, it's quicksand.
I can fly over it.
It's true. Do you activate your wings?
Sure.
All right. You go and lead her to where you guys find the placard of Dave. And
Oh, I thought I was holding it. Which plaque am I holding?
I mean, yes, you're holding it, but where you found it, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Oh,
show the
okay.
statue.
Yeah.
I just, there was something happened. Something scary, terrifying. Had to defend everybody, but I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't suppose you can feel anything around this space, can you?
No?
Just curious.
Well, you used to like defend and possibly live here. Do you remember any place special or like something that could probably give you a clue where Dave could be?
She starts looking around and is like, what happened?
Great question. We honestly don't know.
Why is everything in sand? Where is everyone?
We'll at least give her what we know of the history.
Yeah, Zarabas hasn't really been around for the last 200 years. If I remember the history correctly.
She basically starts having a panic attack and then vanishes from view.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, that didn't help.
Marvel.
Clem pulls out a bottle and shouts into the air. I have a drink if you want it.
I don't think she can drink it. Incorporeal.
You never know. There's some pretty strong spirits in there.
There's some pretty strong spirits in there, too.
Exactly. They might get along.
Yeah, I heard we don't even know where the bodies are. Or even if there are bodies. Are there bodies?
You do not
Nope.
see any bodies. Nope.
Except for the skeleton.
Outside of the skulls.
Except for that giant fossil of a skeleton. And that skeleton, yes.
What about the
So-
And the
skeleton
ones that were
fossil?
in the pit.
And the ones
I
in the
thought-
pit, yes.
She nabbed a skull, so she's kind of like, you mean the...
Trying to
What would you
think.
guys like to do?
Well,
Investigate the
there's-
area more for more clues.
Yeah, I'll get in on that. I'm actually mildly curious about what's going on.
Yeah.
Alright, give me investigation
Do
checks, I
boop
guess.
guidance for Vime.
21.
Everybody else knows jack shit.
Oh, that's just 12.
Actually, Tony and Fine. You guys find that a old parchment buried beneath a little bit of sand. That just says, I told you.
So you're next, and then I told you.
Yep. And the name SEO. CO.
Search engine optimization. Got it.
I draw a dick on the paper.
Thanks,
How-
Jester.
You know what? I think I'm going to go over and mend since I'm already flying, I'm going to go mend the fountain.
Okay.
Oh, it's fallen into the quicksand. You don't have the piece.
You attempt to do it, but, well, you don't got the piece.
Fair.
Anything else you like to do?
Vime starts talking into the air. Hey, CO. Jack shit happened to me. And he'll flip off the air. Go fuck yourself.
I do not believe that is the best way to work with spirits.
Your Tariq is showing.
Maybe.
Reinhardt likes this side of file.
Does that
Alright,
usually
well,
work? I'm trying to think of what else we can do here with what we have. I don't have much in the way of...
you say that to the air, and nothing happens.
Yeah, I don't know what I expected.
I think I'm going to mend the statue just because I can. The marble statue.
Okay. That you easily do, you accomplish.
Cool.
Whoops.
I think it will take you multiple castings of mending, but you can do so.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, exactly. Takes you, I don't know, a greater part of 10 minutes, but, you know, you do so.
Cool.
What
Does
about
everything
those
happen in a
bones?
result?
1 sec. What did you say? Solus, did you say something?
I was just asking if anything happened as a result of the fact that it was mended now.
No. Nothing happened. Sorry.
Okay.
I bet the lady had something else.
Probably.
So, is this like a bell? If I break it again, will she come back instead of her?
Goodness. You said bones, right?
Yeah. What about these? These over here.
Oh, 1 sec. I need to get back to roll 20. Here. Which bones?
The
Those are the
Big
huge
bones.
skeleton here.
Oh, the fossil bone? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it was just a graveyard for mounts and beasts.
You say monkeys?
And monkeys, yeah.
And mounts and monkeys.
Mounts and monkeys.
What kind of mount is that?
Mazes and monsters. It's a new game.
And alongside that, you actually see also. Wait, they don't have skeletons.
Desert worm skeletons somehow.
Yeah, you somehow see a desert worm skeleton.
It's an exoskeleton.
Yep, I just realized that. I was like, wait a minute. It's fine.
Oh my god, they weren't sleeping bags.
Prestidigitation.
All right, anything else, guys?
Is there anything we can do? Like the ghost literally just kind of poof.
I guess I'll since I can fly at the current moment, I'm just gonna fly around and do some investigation checks on the other half of the
A
space.
flying bard.
All right, give me an investigation check then.
You're too high up, I can't guidance.
13. You find another piece of parchment. An older piece of parchment as well. And on it is just a handprint.
It's absolutely not creepy at all.
I mean, I have a piece of paper that says you're next, so.
We're literally just playing the game Slender at this point.
I have one that says, I told you.
What kind of handprint is that?
Yeah, is it a specific
Male, female, child?
five-handed handprint?
Give
Dragonborn.
me an investigation check, I guess. Sure. So also you have no idea. It's a hand. Congratulations.
Cool. I'm gonna go over to the rest of the people and say, hey, I found this weird parchment piece with a handprint on it. Does anyone else have any thoughts?
Let's see.
So what if you answer the question on the paper?
Guidance.
Fine. Do you still have detect magic up?
Probably. It's 10 minutes.
You detect magic.
On what?
The piece of paper.
Which paper?
Ah. What school of magic?
Yes, it is. My phone is not my phone. What is this? The computer.
Phone-based magic, you say?
It's phone-based magic.
So,
It's
Sadly, the connection
oh
is
fuck
not-
it. It's the spell that makes invisible writing. Whatever that spell is.
Oh,
illusory
Blacklight?
script or something like that.
Yeah, that one. Something like that. Because my computer did not.
Looks like it has invisible writing on it.
Ooh.
Does anyone know how to
change that?
work with
Render goes
invisible?
invisible.
No. Because I think...
What was the question?
How does anyone know how to work with invisible mad stuff?
No.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if
Yes.
Thiam knows what
Guidance
David
boop.
knows about this spell?
Mm-hmm.
God.
16.
16? I will say, yeah, you know that you know how to be able to read it.
Wait, I know how to read it?
Yeah.
You can read invisible ink.
Is that good?
Apparently I can. So
No,
I guess
as
I
you
read
have
Can
the
read the invisible with
parchment in
how
your
high he is.
as you
Yeah, because he squints his eyes, he's able to read it.
no, as you have the parchment in your hand and you're looking at the handprint on it, you are able to make out some words upon it. Can you speak in Celestial?
I cannot.
Then you
I
have
have no idea what this. I can speak in Celestial.
Does comprehend language help?
Scribble
Are you
the words.
very speak it?
I scribble the words down onto a piece of paper and hold it up. Anyone know what this says?
I would.
all right. Solus, you give me a second as I message you.
It says you can't read this.
It
Yes.
says hooked on phonics word for me.
All these
this
people are
takes
too
a little
young
while
for
to read
that.
things. Too young for what?
Hooked on phonics.
Oh
Well,
God.
you just try to give me a reference in general.
We need at least 7 pages for Slender, so
It's a horror game, right?
yes.
Got it.
All right, guys. So it's another one of these lovely cryptic messages. This one says, "Get away, CO will return, and then run." With a nice little exclamation.
Wait, what does it say?
Get away, CO will return.
Then we get the JoJo to be continued thing.
I guess. I'm fine with this.
You're fine with this, okay?
We have our ring. We have our ominous, truly ominous warnings from whoever used to live here.
And we're
Let's,
probably very cursed.
Probably.
Yeah,
Well, let's get out of here. Go
Okay.
I
back.
suppose. I bid farewell to poor Marble and possibly Dave as I leave.
Oh, I'd like to
Feel bad
loot
for
the
traumatizing us.
campsite for anything that they left behind as well. As we're on the way
Ah,
out.
how excellent that you do so.
I had that a while ago.
Oh, did
Did
you?
you?
Yeah, I thought we did that before. I was looking through what was in there.
Yeah, well, you didn't loot it, though. You saw what was there.
Except for the sleeping bag I was using for a bit.
You guys find, write this down if you want to actually remember any of this later.
Wow.
2 sleeping bags. Or, I mean, 2 functional sleeping bags. 2, well, bitten sleeping bags. With blood
I'll
stained
mend
within it.
the 2 of them when we get back to base, so there's just...
Alright, you find a long sword. 2 short swords. 35 gold. 2 small rubies worth 10 gold apiece. 1 small black gem. And a small pocketbook.
A pocket?
Pocketbook, like if it's like
Oh.
the book is
I
only
just
like...
heard pocket. Like you dropped your pocket. Oh no.
Whoops. Sorry, a small pocket book. It is like only like 1 inch tall.
Oh, can I read the
Oh.
small pocket?
Any
book?
of
It's
them
like a little
magical?
fairy book.
Mm,
Anything
yeah.
magical amongst them?
No, sorry, no.
Okay, cool.
So can I read it?
Nah.
Sorry. Yes, you reading this pocketbook?
Mm-hmm.
It only the first 2 pages are the ones only thing written in it. Otherwise, the rest of it is empty. And
Possibilities.
the first page is actually a drawing of this.
Us.
D20.
Not quite, but similar.
You were very close.
That is on the first page, and under it is I'll just type it. You guys make me type.
La di da. La di da di da.
The second page, it just it has the date, as 8:45. Sorry, 8:54. And then it goes on, and it just sort of just tells about a standard day in a bustling trade town. This person has seen says hello to friends, Patrice and Leo, and he goes and helps fix it up some of the local town's problems. And that's all that's put in there.
Question. Does this pocketbook look, the pages at least, look similar to the pages we found?
Yeah, there are pages missing out of it that we could mend
No.
back into it.
No.
Do we recognize the symbol?
Actually, B, you would.
Oh,
You are the one with Dave's placard. It is also
Dave!
on Dave's placard in the bottom right-hand corner.
Is
Dave, you motherfucker.
this? Should I? Is this the, like? Huh.
And that was in the new camp?
Yep.
I mean, it is a drawing, so maybe they were
And-
just
and-
inspecting it?
That word is written beneath the sketch of that mark on the first page.
Darvinide?
Darvin?
Daverind.
Daverind.
Sounds suspiciously similar to Dave Ruined.
Last I
Dave
checked,
ruined it.
monsters don't live for 200
Those
years.
David bastards, they're always suspicious.
Is it like a family crest?
Is that your family crest, David?
No, God, no. It is not.
Right, you're Scottish.
Yes.
I think I should make a note of the fact that I have taken out my. I'm not winged anymore. I should make a note.
Alright, anything else you guys like to do?
Guess we should go.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess we should go.
Bye bye, Marble. Bye bye, Dave. Anybody else that's possibly here? See you another day, I guess. Maybe.
Just waves in the air. Lazily.
Alright.
Flips off the air.
Sorry for the traumatization.
As you all leave, I would like everyone to roll me a wisdom save, please.
Oh boy.
Oh, God. I'm not making good smart rolls.
I'm sure this is fine.
Okay.
And you guys successfully get back home. Or I guess you guys go to Ankarel first.
Yeah.
Drop off the ring. He says that in repayment, he has 3 books that you can choose from. Which one you would like?
What are
Please,
they?
Are any
The one that
What
gives you
are they
+2
all?
strength.
no more
The
porn,
first one
please.
is a general, like a common history of Ankarel. The second one is 101 ways how not to die in a desert. And the third one is a very high quality smut.
So
Okay.
it's one for each of us ish? Not technically all of us. Just one out of all of those?
Yep.
May I suggest the how not to die in a desert, please?
I would
I
hope
feel like I
the
need that.
library has something like that.
Yeah.
Was the library empty?
Was it?
No.
Did I read that wrong?
I thought I read it that it said that the things that were there were not necessarily like top secret and also slightly destroyed.
The ones that were top secret and dangerous are locked somewhere else.
Well, that's cool. Still, I guess you can pick one of these books.
I mean, there's lots of people around us that have the history of Ankara, so how not to die in the desert.
Can I trade you this smut book for that smut book?
I was wondering if that would come up.
Roll a persuasion check.
Guidance poke.
Wow.
It's quite the page turner.
Sure. Why not?
You turn the pages really fast because you want to get to the end very quickly.
Yeah.
You now have the smut book called 1 second.
Oh, is it called 1 second?
That's all it takes.
Yes. It's called 1 second, and the author is Mia gosh, something.
Say it.
Maya
Maya
K.
Kudias.
Victorious as well.
Made her
Mia
say it.
Victoria.
Okay, have we agreed, or is it I'm the only one that really cares about these books?
What?
Am I the only one that cares about the other book?
I'll
Can I have
take
the
whatever
Martin?
book.
Highway not
Can't understand cutting
Oh,
out.
you know what? Take them all, guys. Just go.
We're taking too long to decide a book.
Goodness.
Hey man,
Congratulations.
we should.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, annoying rich person. Thank you.
Thank
Books are
you.
very important.
Mhm.
Good luck on your travels.
You too.
Me
I hope
too.
you get stolen from. Thank you.
Noms on a grapefruit.
Give your wife
You
a
do not
regard.
notice that.
All right. That's where we're gonna end the session as you get back to Oasis.
Woo!
You guys each get 3 XP.
Yay.
What was the wisdom save for?
Who knows?
Nothing happened.
Well, good luck if
I
y'all
don't-
have to sleep on this one, because I'm fine.
Oh yeah, because you don't sleep.
Hey man, I rolled a 23 on this one. I think I'm good.
Yeah, you're fine. Most probably. This is fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah, too early to be
Nothing
pissed.
can go wrong with this at all, guys. You guys are perfectly fine.
We found a ring. We traumatized the ghost. Do I still have the
Solon's got a
platinum?
fancy new thing that he doesn't know what it does.
Did you take the
Oh,
platinum?
I'll get Erwin to identify this deck of cards I found as well once we're back.
All right. It
Because I
is
know she has identify.
Yep.
that she does. It is a very special deck of cards. It's called the Hustler's deck.
Yes.
And it gives you an advantage on sleight of hand check using this deck.
Well, that's somewhat
yeah.
disappointing.
Now you can be a magician.
What would you expecting?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. Fime doesn't have sleight of hand proficiency, though.
Give it to the card.
I don't have card proficiency.
So?
Card proficiency?
Yeah, card.
Can I have it? I have a playing card set.
So you make Hikari the dealer.
Basically, that's what it means, yes.
Fime has proficiency in all card games. I traded a language for it in character creation.
Oh, goodness.
This is fun.
I can't believe you fucking let me play cards with her to just to get the ring back. I didn't expect that to work.
I thought it would be a great idea, but the sad thing is we need to go figure out how to play cards. We need to go talk later, because this is going to be a thing. I need to figure out how exactly playing cards.
Fair.
I really thought we were
Okay.
going to fight a death worm.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what all the foreshadowing seemed to indicate.
It's either fight something or obviously
may or may not had paired. There was a chance, but I thought playing cards would have been much fun.
Was she a
I was
death
also
worm?
expecting her to like just whistle and suddenly all these like thieves come out. It's like sick 'em boys.
I was expecting we had to hook her up with somebody and like try to persuade her to hook up with her true love.
What?
You know, like our Capulet and Montague peasants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That'd be the one time Fierce rolls a natural 20